Hi everyone, Scott Westerfield here with a short how-to training on creating an opportunity in SalesLogix. I should note that SalesLogix recently, with the upgrade that we just implemented, it looks slightly different than it did, but the functionality is pretty much the same as you're used to. Anyway, SalesLogix allows you to link your opportunities to the relevant customer contact record. This is a great way to create a permanent referenceable record, add or change any backup documents such as financials or vendor quotes, and access that record from any internet-enabled mobile device whenever and wherever you want to, without worrying about paper records, file folders, or losing the data if your hard drive crashes. So to start off with, I'm going to look up the record of the account that has the new opportunity, and in this case it's an existing customer, Roanoke College. So I'll go to Accounts, and actually I'm going to, just to show you how to look it up, press look up, and in the window there I'm going to type Roanoke, and brings up the account that you want, in this case Roanoke, and I'll click on it, and that actually gets me back to the screen that you just saw a moment ago. In case you were elsewhere, that's how you look it up. Okay, once you're in there, you want to go down to the Opportunities window on your toolbar, Opportunities tab I should say, and click the plus to create a new opportunity. You'll see that the description auto-populates as phase 1 or what have you. In this case, since it's an existing client of mine, I'm going to change that slightly to say Schedule 3, and since it's for an athletic complex project, I'm just going to put that as the descriptive information. Okay, moving over to status, that's open. Type is add-on because it's an existing client, and I'll leave the rest of these things blank. And then I click the save icon. Okay, so that pulls up the new opportunity. Then I'm going to do a couple of things here to modify this. Sales potential, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click the box that says Override Calculated Sales Potential, which allows me to edit the sales potential amount, and I'm going to type in 1,500,000. You do not need to put in commas or anything like that. Okay, looking over the menu here, the source on this is direct. The equipment type, for lack of a more specific category, I'm going to say furniture and fixtures, contract administrator, in my case it's Peter Purcell. Click OK on that. Estimated close, you could have filled it out in the prior window as well. For now I'm just going to say May 29th. And that can be modified. All of these things can be modified. It's early days in this particular opportunity, but these things can be modified as you proceed with your opportunity. There's no broker fee. In this case, the lease term is uncertain. I'm going to put 36 at this point. Note that you can click multiple terms if you want to, and if you prefer, you can just type it in on the window rather than selecting. Close probability, it's still, as I said, early, so I'm going to say 10%. Status is open. Stage is I'll select new from the stage. And for pricing, I'll give it a week from now, call it February 13th. And comments, you can put in comments here for your own reference as well as underwriting's reference. Next, I'm going to attach some items that underwriting will need to reference. So I'm going to click Attachments, and I'm going to add some files using the Add File icon. If you're ever not sure what the icon is, you can just float your cursor over it to indicate, since the look of some of the icons is a little bit different than what we had before. So I'm going to go up to OneDrive, which I think everybody is now using. My Documents. You can sort this however you like. I'm going to sort it by date, and I'm going to look for a couple of things that I have. One is the Roanoke capital expenditure list that I have, and you can do multiple attachments. I'm going to press my control button and select the audited financials for 2009 and the audited financials for 2010, which are the three attachments. Then I'm going to click the open button. And you'll see on the left it has the file name and size, and on the right the description. Since these are all part of Roanoke, I don't really necessarily need to have the description including the word Roanoke. So I'm going to edit it slightly so it just says Athletic Complex CapEx, 2009 audited financials, 2010 audited financials. That does not change the actual name of the file that you have stored, but it makes it more easily referenceable when someone is looking at what the attachments are. So I click OK on that. Takes a moment, and now you can see in the bottom of the screen here that those are all attached. Next, we are going to create and attach a transaction worksheet. So you're going to go up to your red buttons here, and second from the bottom is an orange button, Create TW. Click on that, and you'll see that you have a new attachment. So we're going to, and that's detailed the way you have it described. In my case, Schedule 3 Athletic Complex, and then the date after it, version 1.1. So I'm going to open that. When you click Enable Editing at the top, it will complete the auto-populate function to put in the contract administrator name, your phone number, and so on. And if you see any errors there, just let IT know so that they can correct things like your phone number and so on. Okay, so I'm going to put in today's date. And I'm not going to go through the rest of these. You know how to fill out a transaction worksheet. Of course, you've got two pages that you need to fill out. The first one being your basic information here, and then the equipment details on the second page. When you're done filling it out, you're going to save this, and you're going to save this. You're going to do a save as. You're going to go back up to your OneDrive and your, My Documents. I'll get rid of the copy of part and just say Roanoke College, save. Then you can close it out. So here you have to go back to the attachments, and what you have linked here at this point is actually a blank template. So what you're going to do is you're going to select it as it's already selected, and then you're going to click on the X and delete it so that the transaction worksheet that you have created for underwriting is actually the one that you want. So the way that you have to link it is you go back up to the add file, now that you've deleted the blank one, and you go right back to the one that you created. In my case, it was under My Documents, OneDrive for Business. You select it, you open it. I don't need to change the description here. I'm just going to click OK. And presto, you have the completed form that you want to submit. If you want to double check just to make sure it's the right one, you can click on it, open it up, and again you'll see it's the form that that you created. In my case, of course, I haven't really edited it, but it is in fact the form that I just created. Okay, so we'll close that down. Okay, so to recap, you've created a new opportunity, you've filled in the details, you have attached the financials and the equipment list and whatever else you need, and you created a transaction worksheet and you attached it. The last step is to submit this, so you go up to the Price Submit, click that, and you'll see it's going to be distributed both to credit and to Dave Sanborn. If you want to include any editorial comments here, this would be a good place to do it. Put it on your page here, and you might want to say, please note, in my case, that this is a Schedule 3 to an existing master lease agreement, and whatever else you want to note that is noteworthy, whatever else you want to include in that. So then you can send it off, and that goes to underwriting, and you're all set. So good luck with that. If you have any questions, let me know.